A controversy from the match was, of course, the Tom Phillips slide, or call it what you will, contact below the knee incident. Well, tonight the AFL has ticked off the decision to penalise Tom Phillips, as they, in my view, were always going to do. This is the rule, and whether you like it or not, that was contact below the knees.
Jared, I agree with that. I think that was a deserved free kick. That had the opportunity, danger there of Cripps doing an ACL. Yeah, there's no reason for Phillips to go to ground there. He can keep his feet there, still take the contested ball and give it off. So I'm happy enough with that rule. This has been an overreaction, I think.
Well, with the overreaction, has taken place, had they not got a 50-metre penalty?
No, I think that's what they needed to address. At the 50-metre penalty,
the common sense approach should have been, I think it was Stevenson who threw the ball back to Phillips. Yeah. Common sense prevailed, and then we're probably not having this huge discussion around that free kick.
Who's suggesting that's not a...
I just listened to two coaches, Stewie Dew and Chris Scott, both said that they thought that was play on.
The AFL aren't suggesting that's not a...
No, they're not. No, they've ticked off it. They also said that the Jack Billings one, I think the whole footy world is in unison on that particular one. That wasn't dangerous contact below the knees. But I just want to put it into context, because I've had a lot of people tell me that it was a play for a free kick from Jamie Cripps. Well, speaking to some people at the Eagles, I can guarantee you he doesn't think that. He thinks he was evading potentially a crippling injury. Now, let's have a look at a couple of these issues. From this side, you can just see there's going to be stress on the medial side of that leg, and if he doesn't roll and flick out the back, that's a potential ACL. Last week we showed this one with Gardner. Turner comes in, same issue. Lower and harder, but keep your feet. Otherwise, you're disrespecting the opposition's ability to attack the ball. And there is, I think, a view around the footy world that this sliding rule was brought in for one particular reason. There was one free kick paid against Lindsay Thomas.
He broke his ankle.
He did.
Yeah.
But there's also been some serious other ones. And I just, if you're a bit squirmish, Gary, I don't want you to watch this.
I'm with you on this.
But there's an issue with Jamie Graham that's, I think, also one of the reasons that this rule was brought in. If you're a little bit squirmish, don't look at this, because this is an ugly outcome for what can happen. Graham decides to stay on his feet. A player comes in low and hard but goes to ground. And that's what can happen. And that's why this rule is so important for the protection of all players that are going for the football, including those who want to stay on their feet.
It's a shocker, absolute shocker.
100% right, Jared. And if in commentary I'm getting frustrated, you mightn't like it, and that's fair enough, but the rule is the rule. So...
But it's the same. It was the same sort of commentary against when the head bump rule was first introduced to protect players ending up in paraplegic, quadriplegic wards. I mean, you do not need to have players lose their careers over somebody else's decision not to keep them.
Totally agree. It seems to me a bit, I don't know if it's a new phenomenon. You boys can talk about the 80s when you play, but it seems like the players used to keep their feet better when they were approaching the contest. The recent years of guys going to ground there, maybe it's not just this year, maybe it's happened in all eras, but the correct technique is to keep your feet. Cripps was actually doing the correct approach to a contested football there. I don't see the need for guys to be sliding in like the way they are doing.
Brownie, I don't like it when we all agree, but it seems that we have. We'll all agree on a young kid we're going to show on the other side of the break. Rosie looks like a star.
Welcome to the debut episode of AFL 360. I'm Gerard Whateley. He's Mark Robinson.
Jelly.